Wondering what fall activities there are to do in Harris County, Georgia? Well, you're in the right place because today we're going through them all. From pumpkins at Callaway Gardens to football Fridays, there's something for everybody here in the county. And stick around until the end because I'll be sharing my favorite pumpkin carving hack. Let's get to it. Hey y'all, and if it's your first time here, welcome to Cooking Up Real Estate. My name is Stacy Roberts, aka This Realtor Cooks, and I'm here to help you discover all things Harris County, Georgia. My son and I moved to this area just last year, so I'm going to be sharing with you firsthand what it's really like to move to the central western part of Georgia. And whether you're moving your family or your business, I'd love to help. You'll find all my contact information in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you'll always be in the loop of all things Harris County, Georgia. All right, it's fall, y'all, and we are in the South, so you know we're going to be talking about all the fun festivals and activities and pumpkin patches, all the things. So that is what today's video is for. It's just to let you know what is going on in and around Harris County, Georgia in the September, October, fall time of the year. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty common theme that fall is like everyone's favorite season. And it's not just about the pumpkin spice lattes, y'all. Actually, for me, it's not about that at all. So we're going to talk about all the awesome events that are going on in and around Harris County this time of year. If you aren't familiar with Harris County, Georgia, it's in the western central part of the state. I have done a whole series. You can check it out here on Harris County, where it is, and things about the areas and the towns in Harris County. So if you are looking to move here, that might be a helpful place to start. This also could be a great place to just entice you into all the fun, family-friendly, and fall festival events. So without further ado, let's get into all the fun fall things in Harris County, Georgia. All right, so the first event that happens around fall time, it's actually a little bit shy of the true fall season, like the first day of autumn, is the Harris County Rodeo. My husband and son and I had the pleasure of going just a couple weeks ago, and so I will pop up some footage here of the grounds and also of the rodeo itself. So it was, a really legit rodeo. It's really a bigger production than any of us were expecting when we went. It actually shares the agricultural space that this is in, actually shares the soccer fields where we frequent with my son all the time. So we were familiar with the area, but the way it was built up with the stands, the grandstands, and the vendors and everything like that was pretty cool to see. So you can see here, there's lots of vendors, little activities for the kids to do. A few insider pro tips since this was my first time attending. First, the gates open at 6 p.m. However, the events don't actually begin until 8 o'clock. So getting there at 6 may be a little bit early. Most of those booths and tents are paid activities, so get ready to pull out your wallet. The tickets weren't too expensive to get into the event in general. I want to say it was about $15 to $20, kids and then adults. But they do have a lot of places to bring your wallet back out. So yeah, getting there a little bit later may be the better idea. Now that we're seasoned rodeo goers, we will do that. I myself have actually been to the PBR, which is the professional bull riding, and I was in Vegas with a good friend of mine for her 21st birthday just a couple years ago, right? Yeah, it was a while ago. And she was an ag major and just grew up in farmland, not like me. I'm new to all of this and it's super exciting to get into it. But she grew up around it and was like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Sure." So on a whim, we went to the PBR, and I have to say it was like one of the coolest, most fun events just to go to. And this Harris County Rodeo measured up. It is definitely an enjoyable activity. You get excited around town knowing it's coming because they have these little wooden carvings of these cowgirls and cowboys just posted around the town. I'm going to show them here. And so you just know that that time for the rodeo is coming and that fall is just around the corner. All right, if you've watched this channel for a minute, you know that I love Callaway Gardens. It's where I got married. It is about 8 minutes from where I live, and there is something going on all year round. My family and I are members of Callaway Gardens, so we go frequently, and it's beautiful, and there's always fun things to do. And when we live in a very small rural place, having something like that nearby is actually a really big treat. So they don't let you down in the fall time here in Pine Mountain, Georgia. They have a Pumpkins at Callaway festival. My son and I were actually out there last weekend and saw them setting it up, so it was really kind of fun. But I'm going to show you some footage of when we went last year with my dad when he was visiting, and we all had such a great time. It's really cool. They light up this path. It's a similar spot to where some of the lights at Christmas time are set up, but they do it all Halloween and fall and all that kind of stuff. So they have pumpkin carvings and just cool things to look at. They have little people dressed up in little costumes doing dance parties for the kids and just fun activities that you can go and do. And it's right there at the beach, which is where the Hot Air Balloon Festival took place just a few weeks ago. So there's just always something going on down there at Callaway. But the pumpkins at Callaway are definitely a fun event that you can go and see. They have some vendors there that you can buy little cute things from and get treats and food trucks and all that kind of stuff. So this goes for the majority of September to October, so you can definitely catch it. It's not a one day and done type of event, which is nice. And if you have someone coming into town, if you live in Harris County, it's a fun event to be able to take your visitors to as well. And Pine Mountain, Georgia doesn't stop there, okay? If you don't know where Pine Mountain, Georgia is, I did a whole video on it here, and you can check it out. It was the town that I equated to a real life Stars Hollow. And they have Callaway Gardens is actually inside of Pine Mountain, but they also have other festivals that are going on that we're going to talk about here in this next segment. Okay, so Harris County is not lacking in the farmers markets, the fall festivals, the concert series, all of those things, not lacking here in Harris County, Georgia. So you will definitely have some fun things to do every Saturday, pretty much from September to October. I'm going to kind of be scanning through different events that are going on in the area, from Pine Mountain to Waverly Hall to Catala, all of the different little towns in Harris County, Georgia. So I mentioned that Pine Mountain, Georgia does it up big. So Pine Mountain, Georgia, just before I released this video, had their fall festival. And so it was just a really cute festival with lots of local vendors with crafts and food and things like that. We ran into two people we knew just walking around. So it definitely gives you that small town vibe feeling. And it was just a fun activity to go to with my son and just to have a fun Saturday in Pine Mountain. They also have a farmers market series. It's on a smaller scale. They won't have quite as many bigger vendors there during the farmers market, but those run throughout the year and definitely here in the fall time. So if you want to get some local produce or some locally made artisan crafts, you can definitely check that out. It's called the Chipley Square Farmers Market, and it's here in Pine Mountain, Georgia. And then one other really cool festival that comes up in the fall time is over at Fields of Grace Farm. So that is in Harris County as well, in the town of Shiloh. And it's a very small town, but this farm is there, and they have the coolest startup story, very filled with faith. And as you could imagine from the name Fields of Grace, I will see if I can link the podcast of their story down below. It's just really worth hearing the story startup, and then also just knowing that their mission is there to help women who have been through trauma, and they really support the foster adoption community and support the people who are helping the foster adoption families by giving them places to come and stay and have a place to get away. They have a really cool mission statement at that farm. But this time of year, they have the Sunflower Jubilee. So you can go and be at the farm and check it out and see it for yourself. They have like a U-Pick section and other activities for the kids, a little maze, stuff like that. So definitely a really precious event and a really awesome organization to go and support there in Shiloh, Georgia. Moving over to Midland. So Midland is one of those towns that borders on Harris County. It's half of Harris County, half of Muskogee County, but either way, they've got a couple cool fall events going on over there in Midland. So over at Midland Commons, it's a new area that has just pretty much opened in the last year, parts of it. They have a street food Saturdays. And so they'll have food trucks and all that kind of stuff, and everybody gathers, and there's usually a concert series going on. And that happens in spring and in fall. But now that the fall is here, it is kicking back up. And so you can go and see some of your friends and neighbors and have a yummy bite to eat and just spend some time in the beautiful fall weather. As long as you aren't allergy ridden, it's a really great time. So that's a fun one to do. So they did actually just have a fall market there. and that was from 11 to 3 rather than in the evening with the concert series. You just kind of have to keep a lookout on their calendar on when these events are happening, but it's typically on Saturdays in spring and in fall. And then not to be confused by the Midland Market, which is a craft fair, artisan fair, farmers market that they have actually mostly year round over there as well. And it's a really great place if you're a local farmer or vendor and you want to go and sell your goods. It's a great place to do. And they also are a nonprofit organization that run it. So they are giving a lot of the proceeds into other ministries around town. One of them is the Focus Food Bank, which I have mentioned here on the channel before. We donate our extra eggs to Focus, and it's just a really cool, awesome organization that's there helping the families in the community that are in need. And I know this nonprofit organization that runs Midland Market also gives into some other really fantastic organizations. So all of those vendor fees to go and set up your table go right into all of that. So it's a really cool cause. And another way that you could go out and find some really fun fall goodies. I'm sure there's some seasonal flavors in the farmers market stands, and then also some fun decor for your house and stuff like that. Stay tuned because on our farm will be a stand out there sooner than later. My husband does all of his woodworking in our barn here, and so I will be highlighting that as things get to come out on there as well. Okay, so 2 events that I found while making this video but haven't had the opportunity to attend myself are the Fall Fest in Catala, that's on October 25th, and the Music and Food Truck Fest in Waverly Hall on October the 11th. So as you can see, there is no lack of festivals, concerts, and farmers market here in Harris County, Georgia in the fall time. All right, I would be totally remiss if I didn't mention one other activity that happens every fall that the locals flock to. That is high school football. Harris County high school football happens every Friday, and if it's a home game, you will see these cute little signs posted up in the Hamilton Square. My hairdresser has these really cute paintings up in her window right now. There's so much school spirit around. The marching band is fantastic too. So if you are in Harris County and it's Friday and it's a home game, you better believe you're over there at the high school watching the Tigers play. All right, last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about pumpkin patches and farms. So one of the coolest local farms that I have found since living here is Oakhurst Farms. So they are located technically in Meriwether County, but it is like 20 minutes from where I live. So it's 20 to 40 depending on what part of the county you're in. So just right next door. And they have all of the events that you would want. They've got the corn maze. They've got hay rides around the farm. They have this awesome new slide that they put in, and you get up on an inner tube and just slide down. If you have kids, you will be probably dragging that tube up for them because it's a long walk and it's a bit steep, but they have a blast. Fun random memory that I have of going there with my friend last year is that exact same day, our cat was giving birth to 4 kittens, and they were all orange and black. I'll show you some cute pictures of them here. And yeah, this is just a PSA to not delay the spay of your cat, because we already had the appointment set and she got herself out in trouble. She's a barn cat, so she does go in and out, and we love our cats dearly, so we are not mad about it, but it was definitely an unexpected part of our lives, but it happened right in the middle of fall. It was on the day that we went to Oakhurst Farms, and it was an amazing experience. And by God's grace, we were able to rehome 2 of them to the same family, and we kept 2. So we have multiple barn cats here at our farm. And it was just kind of a funny memory that I will never forget, that the day we went out there was also the day that the cat was laboring. So yeah, I don't think that that's going to happen when you go to visit Oakhurst Farms, but you will probably get to see baby animals out there. They had baby ducks and chicks, and I want to say goats too. So they have a little petting zoo too. Very cool spot to go and experience all of the fall festivities. I moved here from Atlanta, North Georgia area, and there's a lot of farms up that way. So I was really excited to see that there was something very similar just in our backyard here in Harris County, Georgia. If you are looking for pumpkins locally that aren't necessarily in a pumpkin patch and fall festival atmosphere, there's a place called Pine Mountain Roots, and it's right in Pine Mountain, Georgia. And they are a local greenhouse and nursery, but they also have lots and lots of beautiful pumpkins to buy this time of year, so you can support local there. Thanks so much for spending time with me today to talk about all fun fall activities going on in Harris County, Georgia. I'm sure that I missed something. So if I did, if you have a farm or a festival that you want highlighted here, please comment it below so that we can send support your way. And as always, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe so that you don't miss anything going on in and around Harris County, Georgia. Way to stick around until the end. I'm about to show you my pumpkin hack, but first I wanted to tell you where we're at. We're actually on my family's personal farm, R&R Farm. We're still establishing things here, so soon, one day, we will be one of the places you can come visit in the fall. And this sweet little girl here is going to show you the pumpkin hack and what it is it might involve her. Let's see. Time for the reveal. The pumpkin carving hack was giving our chickens a jack-o'-lantern and letting them carve it. You're supposed to scratch a little bit of a face and let them go to town. Well, they went to town, but yeah, they also took a bit of a creative liberty and made some of their own holes. So good job, girls. Good job.